This chapter lets you to create database structure composed with relative tables and adding data to it.
Burgerlicious definition make them boys go loco. They want my treasure so they get their play.
The ANSI standard makes such a distinction. Data definition language, or DDL, were considered as those SQL commands that operate on the structure of the database objects.
Can't forget also the data manipulation language, GML, statements that operate on the data stored in the database tables. DDL and DML are considered as two separate sub-languages allowing a minimal database to be created, populated with data and used while at the same time broadening the structure of the database.
Okay, let's start with the structure of SQL databases. The structure is composed of two architectures.
This is how a single database architectures look like. ANSI ISO structure consists of one large system database, which tables are a part of. Tables are owned by the users Frank G, Sally A, and Mark B. All the tables in such single database architectures can easily reference each other. The single database architecture is used in both the Oracle and IBM's DB2 systems. This is what a multiple database architecture looks like. Its tables are organized in several distinct databases. Multiple database architecture does suffer from serious disadvantage, although the data is split into several smaller, more unmanageable databases. The tables in one database cannot contain foreign key references to keys in another database table. The multiple database architecture is used in Sybase, SQL Server, and Ingress systems.
In creating a database table, create table command is used. Create table command are used to manipulate the structures of tables that constitute a database.
This is how the create table statement look like. To specify, we list the table's name, the element, the column definition, the call name, the call type, and the unique constraint definition. A valid table must have at least one column, but there is usually no upper limit specified.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's...
This is the example of the create table statement. Create table statement must define the data type for each column immediately after the column name. Data types define the type of the data that can be stored in the column. Thus, this is the table of the students. Other create table statements like lectures, subjects, exams, and departments.
Create table command allows you to specify column modifiers.
Burgerlicious definition make them boys go loco. They want my treasure so they get their play.
Not null modifier prevents null values from appearing in the column. Unique modifier ensures that the values entered in the column are all different from each other.
Index modifier is quite common in commercial SQL systems. This causes an index to be created and speeds up query processing. Primary key modifier deals with logical concepts only. Primary keys are used. Check modifiers allows you to tell SQL about some acceptable value or format to be entered in the table.
Indexes are created with non-ANSI or ISO index command. This can later be deleted by the drop index command.
An index is a database object created and maintained by the DBMS. It is essentially a list of contents of a column or group of columns. Indexes are ordered so that extremely fast searches can be conducted through them to find data. The rows in tables are not ordered in any particular sequence. They are merely stored in the order in which they were inserted into the table. How does the DBMS use indexes? To answer this question, let's consider this example. It shows that in a table in a corporate database, assume that it holds records of all potential suppliers listed for all the cities in the world. If we run the query for an indexed table, SQL would need to look through 99003 rows before it found the record for hybrid rate bed, which we wanted. In executing such a query, SQL starts at record 1 and checks if the condition city hybrid is true. If it is, then the record is retrieved into the results table. SQL then moves on to the record 2 and repeats the process. This is done until it reaches the last row in the table.
Oh, way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never.
Alter table command. This command is not really a part of ANSI or ISO standard. All commercial dialects of SQL implement different clause and syntax. In order to use alter table command, you must either table's owner or have been granted all privileges for the table by the owner.
Now, this is the restructured tables we see. The question mark in the phone number column indicates null value added to the column values for all extant rows. The modify clause of the alter table command also allows you to modify the unique or the not null status of the column. You should only modify the unique or not null status of a column if the table is empty. So, if the unique or the not null status of the column is modified of a non-empty table, an error may occur because duplicate or null values of that column may already exist in the table data. Drop table command. This command is used in order to remove redundant tables from the database. Also, the drop table command is not part of the ANSI standard. Okay, from the drop table command, and when we remember the 6 tables, to delete the students table, for example, we used to type from the command statement drop table students. So table students successfully dropped.